Hello, this is Kevin Scanlon, and I am going to go over my board. So everything starts with the LR Bags venue. That's where my guitar goes into. This has a mute and a tuner. There, that's the first button, and also a clean boost. From there, my guitar goes into the ABY mix here by Morley, and then my banjo goes directly into this as well, without any EQ or anything like that. From there, we go to the Strymon OB1. It is an optical compressor. It also has a clean boost on it. In my opinion, it's a great pedal. It really added a lot of tone to my setup here. And it also allows me to have a boost strictly just for the banjo or in guitar, but this one is actually just for the guitar. So as it was before, I couldn't boost the banjo. And now I'm able to with this, and that has become, it's very helpful. So next we go to the Walrus Mayflower, and you can see here I keep the drive pretty low because I am playing an acoustic guitar. I'm not looking for anything too crazy. You do gotta have the level boosted up, or otherwise you won't hear it. Aside from that, this is a really nice pedal. It's a mid-range overdrive, and it's just a good pedal. Next we go to the Electro Harmonix Pulsar. This is a tremolo pedal. This is also a good pedal, but it does decrease your volume a little bit, so when engaging that, it's good to use one of the boosts. Oftentimes I go with the Strymon boost, just because I think it's a better sound. Next is the Digital Delay Pitch Shifter by Boss, and the levels are pretty low. I use this really just as a delay pedal and nothing else, just to give it a bigger sound. I really like delay. I like to get that David Gilmour sound, as I like to call it, and so anyway, just gives it a bigger sound. So that goes to this pedal that I'm actually borrowing from a friend, called B9 Organ. This is a really cool pedal. It simulates the sound of an organ. I like the jazz setting. I keep the dry and the organ right about the same. So the way I've been using this pedal is to just use it with the loop station here, which I'm about to get to, and I'll have a loop be basically an organ sound, and it just creates a nice big fat sound to the overall loop. I don't use it too often, but every once in a while it is a nice addition. So with the Boss RC300, this is my loop station. You get the 3 tracks. The way I use it is, this is track 1. I tend to do my percussion mostly just on the guitar. Sometimes I'll do a little bit through the microphone as well. And I usually keep that really simple. This is in free mode, so you can do a loop for just 2 or 3 seconds, and as long as you got everything counted right, you can go to 2 and 3, which these two are synced, and then have them be longer loops. So this can be a short loop, and then you can have these be as long as the song. Guitar, bass, and banjo usually go here on track 2, and then track 3 I do, I'll sing the chorus and in the melody, and then I'll try to come back and do the harmony. I use the expression pedal as a volume pedal, and that'll take down the entire loop station. Basically all the loops you've recorded, will bring those down and up as you need. That's a very useful thing, especially when you're playing in places where every once in a while you need to kind of quiet down a little bit. The loop effects button here is actually being used for 2 things. So it is still the loop effect. So if I hit it the first time, the delay will get turned on, which is pretty much the only effect I use, and I don't use it very often. And then the second time you click it, it will do an all clear. It's definitely not recommended to have one button do 2 functions, because sometimes you will all clear a loop that you don't want to clear. And that's actually one of the reasons why I don't use the delay. I do feel like the RC300 does have a good delay. It's nice. And when I do eventually get an external pedal, I'll separate the 2 functions, and then I probably will use the delay that's actually that comes with the RC300. The all start and stop is great. It gets everything going and stopped. And then of course my level out's a little bit hotter, and my inputs are kind of low. When you start adding different boosts, you really want to make sure you don't have your input level get too hot, otherwise everything will start clipping. So that's pretty much it there. Just real quick, I'm using Gibson LG2, which has a pickup installed. That's the LR Bags Equinox. It sounds great. This guitar was built in 2014. It's an excellent guitar. And then this banjo here was built in Waynesville, North Carolina, by a gentleman named Noel Booth. So it is a Noel Booth banjo. It's an open back style clawhammer banjo, short scale, so it's actually tuned to A or sometimes open D. And I'm amplifying that with an Audix i5, and I have it just strapped in like that. And that, for my opinion, is the best way that I've discovered to amplify an open back banjo, especially trying to get a really strong signal when you're doing looping. And so that's pretty much it. Everything right now is going into an EV 12-inch monitor. And yeah, well, thank you for watching, and I hope this has helped.